Ooh, DJ Banga.
Yes. Welcome to the Conversations with Banga. Yes. Why did I choose to do this, man? Well, been sitting on this plan since I want to say like year 2020 and shit. Like around the time COVID hit and shit. You know, I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin and shit. So, I mean, you know, we couldn't see our friends and our guys and all this other stuff though. So used to do a lot of things on Facebook Live and stuff. You know, dancing, having parties from the couch. You know, what I'm saying, in the living room and shit. So, you know, I just said, fuck it. You know what I mean? Why I keep sitting on this idea? Let's go ahead and get it out here. Because, you know, I have a lot of things to say. And I feel like, you know, my Jap is valid, you know what I mean, on the things I'm going to talk about. So the definition of Jap means accurate or valid information or facts on a subject or a situation. You might hear the word Jap a lot because I Jap a lot. Shout out to the boy Avo. Avo is the person that made that word. You know what I mean? He came up with the word Jap. So if you ever hear somebody say Jap, that means they got accurate information on the subject or the situations that they're talking about. It's all hardcore facts. That's the only way you can have Jap. You can have bad Jap and say some shit that don't mean nothing. So if it's bad Jap, that's bad Jap. You know what I mean? We can call you out on bad Jap. But what I'm going to say is all good Jap. You know what I mean? So in that word, that means I got good cap for it. So, you know, talk about the music industry, you know what I mean? So let's talk about why I moved to Atlanta. Atlanta, to me, the first time I came to Atlanta was in 2004. My first year of college, I went to this school called Bowder College. Man, it's a private college down here in Atlanta and shit for criminal justice or whatever. A couple of my guys went for fashion and business or whatever. So that's what turned me on to Atlanta. Like, I seen Atlanta growing in, and I just came from a city like Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's basically one of the top segregated cities in the United States. You know what I mean? One of the worst cities you can raise a black family, but you know, it's mainly just us, you know, the city trying to hold their nuts on a lot of black people and stuff though. So when I came down here and I seen how the culture was building and everything was moving, like I felt like it was like black Hollywood, you know what I mean? Like black doctors, you know what I mean? Like black everything, black teachers, you know what I mean? There's a couple of black teachers in Milwaukee or whatever now. It's probably a lot, but it's mostly, you know, dominated by the other race. I mean, not saying that's a bad thing, but at the end of the day, like, it'd feel better to be taken care of by your own people sometimes, you know what I mean? So, you know, I came down here and I seen how the world was progressing and stuff, so it was a great thing. So I ended up going back home and coming back as an adult after, you know, school and everything, though. So, you know, me, DJ Banger, I've been DJing for like 16 years or so, you know what I mean? History why I started DJing, how I started DJing. My cousin Will was the DJ first. My auntie Debbie owned the club. First she owned the bar, then she bought a club. You know what I mean? So first club I want to say the bar was called Conversations. You know what I mean? My cousin used to be in there DJing and shit. He was very popular. He's still popular. You know what I mean? He used to walk out the DJ booth. He was like, man, bro, watch this song real quick. I gotta go get somebody from the door. Or watch this, I gotta use the bathroom, or I gotta get a drink. So, you know, I used to pay attention and shit. He'd be like, you know, play this next song, whatever, cool. You know, Blase Skippy, and I'd be like, damn, you know what I mean? I'm like, I think I wanna try that. He like, well, shit, get your music together and then, you know, we'll talk about it. So I'm like, you know me, so shit, I get the scavenger and all this other shit, you know, Blase Skippy, getting my music together, getting my CDs together and shit, you know what I mean? Getting all my shit together, you know what I mean? So, you know, next time I come about, you know, it's that. But this is around the time when I was growing up, I was heavy on the East Coast though. So, you know, I was like a Dipset fan, Jay-Z fan, Locks fan, all the other shit. Like I was a lyrical fan, you know what I mean? So boom. My time came up to DJ and shit, you know, he let me DJ, but he let me DJ for like 30 minutes. He like, man, shit, go ahead. From the party, do your thing. So my perspective when I started DJing is when you DJ, you play the music that you like. That's not the case. You gotta play the music that everybody like, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting there playing shit like I'm playing Cameron, you know what I'm saying? The Dipset anthem and shit. I remember my cousin Shiki, you know what I mean? That's my son Breon cousin, but I just call her family because that's family. I've been around a long time. So cousin Shiki came to the DJ booth like, Chris, what the fuck you playing? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my real name. She's like, Chris, what the fuck you playing? Like, I'm trying to dance. Like, you know what I mean? You're playing bullshit. I'm like, listen to no East Coast shit. I'm like, what? Y'all ain't up on this shit. This the hottest shit out. Fuck y'all talking about? Like, He like, no, bro, that's not how it goes. It ain't what you like. It's what everybody like. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention to what motherfuckers like and shit. I'm like, oh, okay. So the whole time I'm thinking like, shit, it's what I like. You know what I mean? Shit, I got the high score. I'm gonna play what the fuck I want to play. See, I gotta listen to the shit I'm playing. You know what I mean? So pretty much that's not how that went. So, once I learned my steps in the music and shit, you know what I mean, I just went up and up, you know what I mean, paying attention to things, you know what I mean. He's teaching me shit I'm learning off him. So I went from 30 minutes a night, hour a night, half the night, to my own night, you know what I mean? So that's how I progressed, you know what I mean? Oh, shout out to Cuz, shout out to my cousin Will, you know what I'm saying? He put me on this path and shit, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I had the honor to do a lot of things in the city. I want to say like, good jap, like let's jap a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying? I was one of the first to do female hosting. I started the female hosting thing in the city though, you know, so people can say a lot of things about that, you know. I got all good cap on that, you know what I mean? I could pull facts, we got flyers and all this shit. I started this group called Banga Bodies. Banga Bodies consisted of 5 ladies, you know what I mean? I got Jenny Buns, I had Jane Doe, I had Asia, I had this girl named Penny, and then I had Samantha. You know what I mean? That was the 5. That was the Banga Bodies. I felt like I had to take the 5 top women. I mean, it was a lot of top women, but I took the 5 top ladies that I know that had a buzz. Buzz meaning like people love them or love their company or love their aura. You know what I mean? Like they just had that swag about them and shit. You know what I mean? Jane Doe and Jenny Buns was dancers at the time. They was very popular. Motherfuckers loved them. So, you know, I know they had a following. Asia was one of the top basketball players, you know what I mean, to me, you know what I mean, in the city, you know what I mean? So she played for a real great school and shit, and their team was dominant, you know what I mean? So she had a buzz. Penny was cute as hell. She liked to dress, you know what I mean? She had a buzz, you know what I mean? Samantha did the same thing. She was in her own little world. She had a buzz, you know what I mean? So you put 5 ladies together that had a buzz. Now you're buzzing, you know what I mean? So I put them all on one flyer, you know what I'm saying? Got them a party together, boom, booze. You know what I mean? So we hosted their first party. I gave their own night at 618. I put them in the middle of the stage, gave them Patron. You know what I mean? They dressed up in the shirts. So they did their thing. They partied, balled out, sold out. You know what I mean? Because they like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, if you see like 5 ladies, like you see this girl like, you know what I'm saying? Like this, like it's like sex sales in the world like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying sex like this. We're saying like sex. Like, if you got a badass woman on a flyer, like somebody like, they like, damn, bro, such and such at this party tonight. I've been wanting to see her for a minute. I'm finna go. You know what I'm saying, bro? Let's go. Oh, they got such and such with them too. Shit, we there. It's a party. You know what I mean? So I put the spotlight on them. I got the idea of that because I like to be creative. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how I seen it, but it used to be this group called Taz Angels. I don't know if they still around, but I seen this group called Taz Angels, and it was in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Sin City, like, Vegas got a lot of attractions and shit, so I'm like, damn, Taz Angels, he got all these badass women in the group, and he's showcasing just them. You don't see him. You know what I mean? You seen me, but you seen the name, but the thing about it is, like, I played the background. I let them do them and shit, you know what I mean? So that's how I started the female hosting, and it kind of just evolved, you know what I mean, into, you know, bigger things in the city, though. So that was a great thing, you know what I'm saying? I started off, when I started DJing, after I started DJing with my auntie at my auntie club, I started doing team bashes. Team bashes is basically team parties. That's how I built up my name. So I'm doing team parties and shit. Shout out to DJ Booba. Booba was the other DJ. Like, he was killing parties and shit, you know what I mean? Killing them. I jumped in the scene with him and shit, you know what I mean? I'm a little older than him, but he was murdering them. Like, he had the whole scene. So I started coming up on the other side of the scene and shit. Like, you know what I mean? He had the more organized shit. I was doing the more hood shit. You know what I mean? We both was just killing. So I ended up catching another wave off that, and I ended up starting doing my first club. Shout out to Montaigne Freeman, Mr. Famous. You know what I mean? He gave me my first little look at Fuego. After Fuego, I got the killing. Went from Fuego 618, like Note. I was all over that motherfucker. So I started doing a lot of shit though. So I came up as a cool running DJ first. I caught the looks of Bigger Rankin. Shouts out to Bigger Rankin, man. He was one of the biggest, man. Like, he's a pioneer in the game. Like, you know, mixtapes and all this other shit. He came up in that shit. He from Florida. Like, that man's incredible. You know what I mean? He took me up under his wing and taught me a lot of game and shit. that's how I really started being known, and that's how I got hooked up with like people like 2 Chainz. When 2 Chainz first started coming out, like when he started doing the True Religion and the Trapper Valley and all that shit, that's how I first met 2 Chainz. After 2 Chainz, that's how I met Young Dolph. When Young Dolph started coming out with Hustler's Paradise, that was his first one, his first mixtapes and shit like that. When he started really going ape shit, like met him through that. After that, I met Yo Gotti through him. You know what I mean? Tommy Guns. It was like plenty of people that I seen Bigger Rank and help boost up that he introduced me to just off the strength, just all love though. So shouts out to Bigger Rankin though. It's my real OG. You know what I mean? He helped me out a lot though. So I'm gonna say this in my journey. I had the opportunity to DJ for, let me see, because I had to make a list of this shit. Like it's been plenty of people though. I'm just blessed. Like Rocco, 2 Chainz, Young Joe, Nelly, Sada Baby, 42 Doug, Babyface Ray, Smirk, you know what I mean, Plies, Rich Homie Quan, Peasy, Wade Chappelle from the city, Money Man, T Grizzly, King Von, R.I.P., the Migos, Rich Kid, Young Dolph, Rico Love, Icewear Vezo, Trey Songz, you know what I mean, Dream Doll, Cola Ray, like, you know what I mean, etc. Like the list goes on. Like my DJ resume is wide open. So the most recent artist I was working with was like Looney Baby, Free My Bro, you know what I mean? He'll be home soon, you know what I mean? So, you know, me and him got hooked up. I was running this club called Jinx. Jinx, we had one of the hottest Friday nights in the city. Buzzing hard, you know what I mean? And then a lot of DJs, it's like, they don't want to break music. It's like people don't want to be the first to break some shit, or they just don't want to try to break some shit. They'll try to break some shit after the fact. Like anything bro gave me and I felt like it was hot, I was putting that shit in my mix. Like I had a way of doing shit. Like if you just came out with a song and I hear it, like I never really learned how to. I learned how to do it, but the thing about it, like I learned how to listen to my music out loud and shit. Like if I hear a song, I can hear the song in my head, I can feel it in my body type shit, and I can know what this song will go with, like that, like, you know what I'm saying? So I can mix in my head, and I know, the funny thing about it, like, I know all 13,000 of my songs on my computer. Probably got more than 13,000 songs on my song, but the thing about it, if I read the name, I can hear the song, and I can hear the beat in my head, and I know what song this goes with, and I know 4 other songs that this goes with, you know what I mean? So I taught myself that to listen out loud, because I'm like, how can you pay attention to the crowd, and you got your headphones on listening to a song? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could pay attention to both, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy. Like, I'm listening to the music in one ear, then I'm listening to the crowd in the other ear, you know what I mean? So I kind of taught myself that, like, that's like a self-taught tool and shit, though. So, Looney had some shit, like, you know, plenty buzz of shit in the city, so, you know what I'm saying? I took over with that shit, you know what I mean? I played all that shit, we got the breaking and shit. You know what I mean? Next time he came to me, like, man, you know what I mean? What you trying to do, you know what I mean? I need a DJ type shit, you know what I mean? Let's hook up. Boom, shit, me and bro link up and shit. Next thing you know, we jump on tour. He jumped on tour with RP Jada Youngin. Jada Youngin took us on like I want to say like a 14, 15 city tour or whatever, you know what I mean? We all through West Virginia, Alabama. Shout out to KB. Me and KB used to drive and shit, you know what I mean? KB did most of the footwork, but you know what I mean? When bro was tired, I jump in the driver's seat, we do the shit, you know what I mean? So that's big bro too, you know what I mean? He cold with the marketing and shit though, so, you know, he taught me a lot of game and shit. We done talked about a lot of things though, so. Be me, him, Mike, you know what I mean? Chop, and shit, we gone, we on the road, we out here, you know what I mean? So, probably, I'm not Chop, you know what I mean? That's wrong, that's, forgot who else. I know it was Mike, me, him, Mike, and somebody else. But shit, we out here. You know what I mean? 15 city tour straight, you know what I mean? That was a blessing with that though, so you know what I mean? And then, you know, with me being cool with a couple people from the OTF camp and shit, you know what I mean? Just about doing business and just being 100 and shit. We end up getting him a feature with King Von and shit from previous shit. Like I done had him a couple times in the city and shit though, so. We decided to be in Atlanta and shit, and I'm like, you know, bro wanted to do a remix to some shit. I'm like, he like, man, who should I get? He like, man, he wanted a Dirk on the song. He had 2 songs that he wanted to do. We had a song But I'm like, he had this song called The Drill. I'm like, well, you know what I mean? I'm like, shit, Von say he the king of drill, you know what I mean? And, you know, you do the drilling, you know what I mean? The drill scene from Milwaukee. I'm like, shit, y'all an hour away. That's perfect, you know what I mean? That's perfect timing because I feel like y'all will compliment each other and shit. He like, shit, set it up. Boom, we set it up and shit, you know what I mean? Bro and them get to the studio and shit. He hear the shit, like, he fucking with it. He like, shit, I know you want the verse. He like, let me jump on the chorus. He like, shit, go ahead. So that's when he, you know what I mean, he hooked up the chorus. When he hooked up the chorus, I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, the way he did this shit, like, he just did this shit, like, off the rip. That's why I say, like, the way Von ethics and working in the studio, like, bro was just, like, whew, punching through. And the shit he was saying was just, like, crazy. But he had some shit to say, like, I say, like, his verse, you know, complimented the whole song and shit. You know what I mean? They jamming and shit. And we laughing and, you know, all that stuff at the video shoot. You know what I mean? They was real, like, cool. Like I say, bro, was 100. You know what I mean? So, you know, that was one of the first tracks I had put together and shit. You know, bro, went #1 in the independent, you know what I mean, urban radio and shit. So we got a plaque for that. Like, bro, went #1, like, I think it's like 16 million views right now, or 16, 17 million views right now on YouTube for the video and shit. You know what I mean? We shot the video down in Atlanta as well, though. So we did that song and that video all within 2 days. Like, you know what I mean? That was like working. You know what I mean? Did the song, boom, shot the song. They got it mixed and mastered. Blase Skippy did the paperwork, video next day. You know what I mean? So, also shout out to DJ Bands. DJ Bands is right there. He put that shit together too. Like, he made that shit work. Like, the video and all that shit. He made that shit go, you know, as planned, though. So, pretty much I just wanted just to be my introduction on shit, like, you know what I mean? So, I just wanted to get my DJ facts and shit. So, you know, when we do jap about music, you know, most people just jap about music and they can just be a regular average Joe. They don't know shit about the music game. They ain't never did shit. They ain't never took a loss. They ain't never, you know, book shit, nothing. You know what I mean? Plenty stories. You know what I mean? We got all type of stuff we're going to get through. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, we're going to talk about the music industry. You know, I'm going to have guests, people to talk about the music industry, man. Producer spotlight, you know what I mean? Because without the producer, like, without the producer, the song ain't gonna work, you know what I mean? So you won't get the song without the producer. So I'm gonna do this producer spotlight, put the spotlight on producers that I feel like that's one of the hottest in the game or that's up and coming, you know what I mean? We're gonna do up and coming and the hottest in the game, you know what I mean? This is more to put the spotlight on the middleman, on the people that's working, you know what I mean? It's like you get the car, but I'm gonna show you what the engine look like, you know what I mean? So the engine get the car running, you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna talk about, you know what I mean? So I just want to do a little introduction on myself, let everybody get to know me a little bit more on what's going on and how I feel like I can jap about the things I'm gonna jap about, because my resume is long and I'm real accurate in the music industry, you know what I mean? Versus me just being an average person making a video and just talking on my ass. A lot of people don't know music, you know what I mean? So I've been on both sides and I know a lot of music to talk about what I'm gonna talk about. Like, it is no bias information, you know, I'm not one-sided about everything. Like, I like all music, you know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about it though, you know what I mean? So thank you for tuning in to the introduction, man. We're gonna keep it going, man.
Ooh, DJ Banga.